Hi, it's the 28th of April 2017. We're waiting for the warmer weather. We've been getting some cold nights lately, a bit of frost, and so all the tender little plants are having to wait to go out. So here we are in the polytunnel. We've got 3 tomato plants in the ground and the rest of the tomato plants are in pots waiting to go somewhere. Oops, that looks a bit dry. Yeah, it feels a bit light. You can always tell if a pot's drying out by the weight of it. So I better water them a little. We've got some lettuces in the ground and more lettuces in pots waiting to go out when the frost stops. You can see the difference in size between one that's in a pot with its roots constrained and possibly not so much nutrient left, and one in the ground which has grown to twice the size, I should say. Then over here we've got the mini pop sweet corn. The packet says protect from frost. I don't know how tender they are. They're probably not as tender as lettuces, for example. But they're getting quite tall now, and I would like to plant them out in the next week or so. And then there's some cucumbers and melons which are going to go here in the polytunnel when they get big enough. They've been out here overnight and they don't seem to have suffered too much from the frost, so that's a good thing. There's a few peas, they've got to go to the allotment. There's not much germination going on there. And over here, the brassicas. They could grow a little bigger. I do worry though about these little modules with the small amount of compost and whether in fact they are getting enough nutrients, because the compost doesn't have anything added to it. I just wonder if I should water them with some extra plant food maybe. We've been getting up earlier and managing to get to the allotment for an hour or so before work begins. And Chris has planted his peas. He had a lot of trouble getting them into that ground, the ground that we put the mulch on with all the tangled roots underneath it. I do think though that we'll be able to bore holes in it and just plant stuff. I found a bit of plastic to cover the grassiest area. And obviously eventually we'll be growing plants, and that I hope will suppress the weeds. We may have to get some straw. I'd like to try straw as a mulch on top of the other mulch. That might stop the grass. And in fact I've used something very similar to hay on the orchard area, which is just all the grass and roots and weeds that we've pulled up from the places we've been cultivating, and we've just put it on top of the ground basically to stop the weeds from growing around the fruit trees. The climbing peas that I planted out before the frosts came, they're looking decidedly sorry for themselves, although they are putting out new leaves from the top and from the bottom as well, so I think they will be okay. And I also planted some more peas along that row, so there's plenty coming up. I actually went to the town dump today, and while I was there I saw some little rolls of plastic mesh, stiff plastic mesh, and I grabbed them. I paid £2 for them. I thought they will make wonderful pea climbing frames, because I intend to grow a lot more climbing peas this year. I bought one more gooseberry bush. My row of gooseberry bushes was not quite complete because one of the layered bushes that I put in was not thriving. When I pulled it out I found it did actually have some signs of life in the roots and it was sending up a little shoot, but it was basically not vigorous looking enough, so I bought a new one and I popped it in that place. And I got a green gooseberry because I'm not sure whether the crows and things are going to come and eat the gooseberries, but I know for a fact they will go more for the red ones than the green ones, so maybe there'll be enough for all of us. So about this rat in the compost bin, everybody I've asked, even the vegans, say, oh, take the bin away, let the rat disappear, let nature take its course. Okay, so here we go, rat reveal. She's made a lovely cosy nest there. You can't see into it anymore. I'm not sure if she's actually even in it. She's covered it with a plastic bag. Well, I'll leave the lid off. Maybe that will discourage her from coming back. We've had no rain this month. I think apart from a couple of very light showers, we've had no rain. The water tank is empty. So much for April showers. We'll see what happens in May. We'll probably be told it's been the driest April on record, and then we'll have the wettest May on record or something, but who knows? We will see. See you later.